Growing outrage and shock tonight over the brutal execution of American journalist James Foley at the hands of ISIS militants. They cut off his head and then put it on YouTube for the world to see. Are we facing another 9/11 by these savages? With me now, Middle East expert and terrorism analyst Brigitte Gabriel. All right, Brigitte, Americans see this barbaric video and they're horrified. Is ISIS already here?
Yes, we believe ISIS is already here. I spoke this afternoon with members of the Department of Homeland Security who are already monitoring some people that they believe are members of ISIS. We are also concerned that a lot of members are coming through the Mexican border. We believe at this point that ISIS is so sophisticated in their planning that we are now playing catch-up with them. They are way ahead of us, and we believe they already have implants in the United States.
Well, and you know, what's amazing about this, Brigitte, is that, you know, we hear about so many of them being recruited from Western Europe, and now there are reports that a 24-year-old is a leading suspect, a British national, in the beheading of James Foley. So what is the attraction for these people?
They are attracted to the structure of Islam. They are attracted to some spiritual guidance that tells them exactly how to live their lives. In the Western world, a lot of people have moved away from religion. A lot of people have lost that structure of someone telling them, giving them how to live their lives day by day. Islam gives them that. It tells you how many times to pray a day. It tells you how to wash your hands before meals. It tells you how to live your life down to the basic things.
Brigitte, I'm sorry for interrupting. Does it tell you how to behead someone? Who does that?
Yes, it does tell you how to behead someone. The Quran is very clear. And when we see converts converting to Islam, they are usually more devout than Muslims born into the Islamic faith. And so when they start reading the Quran and really immerse themselves with the Quran and start reading, for example, Quran Surah 8:12, about striking terror in the hearts of the disbelievers, strike their heads and cut off all their fingers and toes because they disobeyed Allah. They take verses like that and execute them and act upon them, and that's why they are the most radicalized in the jihadist world.
But you know that these guys held Foley for 2 years. ISIS held him for 2 years. Why now? Why 2 years? What can you fathom what's going on?
Well, terrorists have figured out how to raise a lot of money, a ton of money. Actually, kidnapping is the highest revenue generator for terrorist organizations worldwide. And when ISIS held Foley, they were hoping, and they were kidnapping Americans, hoping to raise a lot of money because it surpasses bank robbery, it surpasses fundraising from private donors, and it surpasses all form of fundraising. It has been generating about $125 million a year to terrorist organizations. Kidnapping alone for the last 5 years. So it works. So they kidnapped a lot of Americans hoping to raise a lot of money. It's been working with the Europeans.
Brigitte, $500 million from that bank in Iraq. I mean, how does the United States counter these people?
And see, now because they got their hands on all the money in Iraq, they can now start executing people because now they are sending a message. They have the money, they captured the territory with the oil that's bringing them money, and so they no longer need to depend on those small kidnapping. And that's why it's very difficult for the United States. The way we need to deal with them is we need to act with force, unbelievable force, and we need to form a coalition, especially from Islamic countries in the Islamic world, like Turkey, like Egypt, like Pakistan. They have huge armies, they're organized armies, and they can do something to take back and fight ISIS. A world coalition at this point is the only way we're going to be able to defeat ISIS.
Brigitte Gabriel, always good to talk to you.
Thank you.